Well, why don't you?
Richard is someplace where I have no clue where he is.
Who? Fred?
Sure.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Oops.
He's missing.
I walked in
He
front.
saw a picture of time and he disappeared.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I got you.
How about over there on that line?
That didn't work, Amy. You can't hide. And in
Can't
fact,
hide from the camcorder,
and
man.
now we have a close-up, and that's a good one.
I want to see myself.
You want to see yourself? Okay.
Oh, no, not
That's a good one,
not
Amy.
like that.
How about like this?
Not like that either.
Oh, what a pretty lady, huh?
I can't see what I'm doing here.
No, you can't.
It's made to do that. See, you can turn it over so you can see what you're doing. You can do it with the remote that I didn't bring. The screen flips upside down.
See?
The image flips. See, normally it's the other way. Look at like that, it'll say it reverses. Whoops, go ahead. Now you see it's recording.
Hi,
Jeez,
Grandma.
hi. So who's
Hold
taking
it as
this picture?
still as you can
Hi,
and
great
pan
friend.
slowly.
Go
Yeah,
slowly.
it was a nice party.
Yeah, Grandpa and Grandma. Talk, Grandpa.
Well, I already talked.
See, now you gotta get me too, Amy.
Amy, get Uncle Jim.
Very
It's not, it looks like a ghost image. Is
Very
that how it
nice.
looks?
Well, from the side because you're not looking straight at the screen.
Oh. Oh, I
Look,
see, I see.
If you look straight at the screen, you can see better.
See what Amy's doing? She's taking a movie of you. Over here.
Yeah, I showed her a little bit of Lauren running on the beach in Mexico
Don't do
earlier.
that.
Oh no, I hope I'm not recording over things. I am.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Isn't that pretty? That's good.
Girls, you wanna go over by Grandma?
us over
Can I
there.
take a picture?
Down.
No? Amy?
Let me get another. Oh, excuse me.
Go ahead, Amy.
Get one with the
Wanna
girls.
Go over there?
I don't know where to put this bag.
Here, I'll take it.
That's that nice bag. Hey, Bree, you better come on over.
You wanna go over by Amy? Okay?
you go. Come on, Bree.
Come on, Bree.
Sit down. Get in my bag. Okay, we'll put it in your room. Okay. That's all right. Sky, would you get down a little bit? Gotta move in, Jonathan.
Back up a little
This
more.
way a little bit. That's good. In closer, honey. There, good. Right, great. Thank you. Because we need it. Beth, Amy and Bree and Fred. Sure.
Yeah.
You can put it behind
there, right over there. Bree, and Sue wants to ask you something. Do you want to help Grandma open the card and then put it back in her room? I'll show you where all the cards are.
Here, one of them is mine.
I'm opening up the windows, okay? Shall we help? Which one are you giving to Great Grandma? Okay, Great Grandma, this is from Brianna. A birthday wish for you. And what did you, can you open what you got for her? Look at what Brianna did for you. Okay? I'm in your way, good.
Oh, I can wait.
Yeah, I want to get all you guys. Fred.
Look at what she made. Oh, yeah, every color you have, huh, Bree?
Maggie Crotty, I'm your state representative. How are you? And happy birthday. I should look this good at 50. How are you? Good? Your kids are here, your grandkids are here. I think your great-grandkids might be here.
They are.
Are they? Oh. I have something for you too. This is a certificate of recognition. And it says, whereas I am pleased to recognize significant milestones in the lives of the people and organizations of this state, and whereas it has come to my attention that on April 18, 1998, Mrs. Fern Waller will be celebrating her 100th birthday. And whereas I am honored to have the opportunity to recognize and celebrate Mrs. Fern Waller's 100th birthday at her residence at Plaza Terrace in Midlothian, Illinois, with Fern, her family, and friends. And whereas Mrs. Fern Waller is an outstanding member to our community and an extraordinary example of help to people of all ages. And now be it resolved by State Representative Maggie Crotty, 90th General Assembly of the State of Illinois, that I congratulate Mrs. Fern Waller on her 100th birthday and for her remarkable health and love for life. I extend my sincere best wishes to Mrs. Fern Waller in the future, and be further resolved that a suitable copy of this resolution be presented to Mrs. Fern Waller as an expression of our respect and our esteem.
Yay!
All right.
Yay! Let's do.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
I told you. Oops, I'm sorry.
Big hug.
Happy birthday.
Oh, Fern. Oh.
And the piper, please.
Oh, the piper.
Definitely. Okay.
Without his shades. His eyes are much shorter. Okay.
Photo great.
She's just wonderful.
All right, now.
I love this smile. She just. It's all right.
Happy birthday.
All right.
Happy birthday to you.
Bagpipes for Mackenzie, that's good.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
over on the chair. She just read her thing.
You did you?
Yes, but she
What?
reads
Glad to do
softly.
it.
You could read louder.
You getting good pictures?
Did you get all that,
I am.
Jim?
Yes, I did.
Oh, yes, you
He's
did.
gonna-
Yes.
I have something that we put together to recognize a special resident of Midlothian. And would you please bear with me? This is a proclamation, whereas Fern Losgale Mackenzie was born to Harrison L. Mackenzie and Mary E. Stewart Mackenzie on April 18, 1898, on a farm in Attica, Indiana, where she was raised with her 4 brothers. And whereas Fern Losgale Mackenzie attended elementary school in a 1-room schoolhouse, drove a horse and buggy to high school, then graduated from business college in Lafayette, Indiana. And whereas Fern Losgale Mackenzie went to work as a secretary to the engineering department at Purdue University. And whereas Fern Losgale Mackenzie married Mercer Waller, a student in the agricultural department at Purdue, on July 18, 1926. And whereas Fern Losgale Mackenzie Waller, with her husband Mercer, moved to Harvey, or a section of East Midlothian, in 1929. Ways, where their first son James Harrison was born. The young family moved to Chicago in 1930, where their second son Stuart Anderson was born. It was Fern's idea to name her 2 sons after grandparents. And whereas Fern Losgale Mackenzie Waller in addition to rearing her 2 sons, cared for her mother-in-law and 2 young sisters-in-law after the death of Mercer's father. And whereas Fern Losgale Mackenzie Waller and her husband owned and operated their own hardwood flooring business, with Fern taking care of the secretarial duties and books, I added that, while being a full-time mother and homemaker. And whereas Fern Losgale Mackenzie Waller and her husband Mercer moved to Homewood, a little bit further east Midlothian, in 1966, where they lived happily until Mercer's death in 1988. And whereas Fern Losgale Mackenzie Waller was devoted and very active in the Women's Society Christian service at Fernwood Methodist Church and at St. Andrew's Methodist Church in Homewood. And Fern and Mercer were very involved in the construction of the Fernwood Methodist Church, which still stands today. And whereas Fern Losgale Mackenzie Waller moved to Plaza Terrace Nursing Center in the heart of Midlothian in July of 1993, where she resides and will celebrate her 100th birthday on this day, Saturday, April 18th, 1998. Now therefore I, Thomas J. Morawski, Mayor of the Village of Midlothian, Illinois, proclaim April 18th, 1998 as Fern Waller Day in the Village of Midlothian in honor of this extraordinary milestone and the long, productive, and fulfilled life of this faithful, Christian, efficient businesswoman, cherished wife, devoted mother, loving grandmother of 5, and fond great-grandmother of 10. In witness thereof I have hereunto set my hand and sealed this 8th day of April, 1998. Fern, happy birthday. What can I say to somebody who is celebrating her centennial? It is great. And you are such a wonderful, beautiful person. As I read the proclamation that was put together for me to read, and the research that went beyond, you know what came through? Love. Because everything that Fern did, she didn't do for herself. She did because she loved. And it's obvious today with so many of you loving her to return a bit of that you come to celebrate her first 100 years. Her first 100 years. Fern, I'm hoping, and it's my prayer, that you're with us for many more. Stay as long as you'd like. Whatever you need, you got from me. God bless you. I want to thank the Scottish Cultural Society. We had a special tribute to Bobby Burns happening today in Midlothian. And a piper said, you know, we told him, of course, about Fern's birthday. And when he heard a Mackenzie and a Stewart in there, he says, got to believe that there's got to be a little bit of love of the pipes. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your turn.
And I need everybody to go outside. The mayor said I had permission to do this.
Yes, you do.
All going outside now.
Who's coming? Somebody's right in the doorway.
Grandkids. Family. Come on,
Okay, I let up on it so it stops.
No, actually, you only had to press it once.
No fooling, I just held it.
Yeah, well, it's going now. I don't
Okay,
know.
how do I
if it
stop
was-
it?
Zoom. You can almost see. Yes, you see it's recording now. So, yeah, so do the right. And then just what you see is what you get. Well,
With me with this big piece of
yes,
cake.
and I see you got the smallest one.
I got the
least
smallest one.
Right, you
Yeah.
did.
Have you met
Your mother got
Lynn?
the big one.
Lynn? This is Denzel's granddaughter from my kid.
I was 10 years ago, I'm sure, because I came with Dad to I spoke to
Oh,
her, but
yes,
she was
she was at the funeral.
That's how I sleep.
Yes, Nan was at the funeral, right? Right.
And what's your, this is Sonetta, my daughter. Small, little.
Is this small enough? Oh, she doesn't know small. I guess not. Thank you.
Interesting.
All right, you got the film?
Well, what's